Hi, my name is Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to be teaching you all about the law of denial spiritually. Not the law of denial that exists out there that has to do with law. I'm talking to you about a spiritual law of denial that I don't even know if it exactly actually exists, but this is something that I go by and I work with, and it works for me every single time. Now, I'm going to start off with, I have been working with different throat chakra crystals on my throat chakra. A few days ago, I made a video about working with different crystals on your throat chakra and it being able to okay, maybe I need to work with those stones again. Those those crystals that I've been working with on my throat chakra have helped me change not only the way I speak, the way I project knowledge, and the way that I'm able to meditate. So the set of crystals that you see me wearing now is actually a set of crystals that I don't always wear during meditation. I have different sets of crystals for different things, especially in the gym. I'm coming up with a whole entire new gym set soon. So if you notice my voice changes a little, it's not because of the incense anymore. It's more so because I'm working with different throat chakra, voice power opening gemstones, because they actually do everything I say they do when they go on your throat chakra, but you'll have to find out for yourselves. A crystal, when it works on the throat chakra, is actually a crystal that works completely different than any other necklace. So when you have something that's tight, it's going around the throat chakra, it's close to the third eye, it's close to the crown, etc. So wonderful. I'm going to be talking to you about the spiritual law of denial and how awesome this law is. So basically, like I said, I don't even know if this is a real law. This is just something I come up with and I've worked with. And people are like, oh, you're talking about a spiritual law that you didn't look up online. I've come up with several different laws that stem off from actual laws. And it's stuff I do in my head because it makes more sense to me in the way that I do it, because it actually comes up with results and actual manifestations. So I'll make many laws in my head spiritually. And I'll actually follow certain spiritual laws, such as the law of attraction, the law of assumption, the law of gender, there's so many different spiritual laws, but some of them I'll just take, like a law, for example, from actual law. And then I'll just apply that to spirituality and mix other laws with it, such as the law of assumption. You might as well call this the law of assumption, although I'm not going to get stuck up on names. This actually works for me. I'm just calling this the law of denial. So, and all the TikTokers will be like, denial is a river. And okay. Now, this is actually talking to you about a spiritual law that actually works, and you might as well, like I said, call it the law of assumption, because you'll assume whatever you're trying to manifest is already manifested. Like, you just flat out kill off a reality. Oh, kill off a reality. Yeah, you kill off a reality, and it's no longer alive, and you no longer view it as if it exists, because it actually doesn't. It's gone. That reality's gone. Yeah. So, for example, I use this as a video on my YouTube shorts that I'm going to be uploading tonight, and a TikTok video that I'll be uploading tomorrow, because all my TikTok videos come one day later, because YouTube, you guys are getting some cool stuff first. Ignore the comment section in YouTube videos, because I don't know where YouTubers, I think some YouTubers just go into the comment sections to comment mean things, and it doesn't bother me at all. But on TikTok, people will comment the same comment over and over again, and it's usually something good, so it doesn't really matter. But when it comes to the law of denial, for example, you will use this when you didn't get accepted to a job. And this is actually something that has worked for me in the past when it has come to a position at a job. Because I remember way back then, I applied for a job. And I started off not getting the job. Like, I was just like, ugh. And when I'm like, wait a second, let me just pretend I didn't not get the job. And then I just stopped caring about it. I'm like, whatever. Doesn't matter anyway. I'm like, I just made it apparent that, like, they didn't reject me. Oh, they didn't, and like I said, there's nothing wrong with getting rejected, but I was just trying this method out. And I'm like, and I just moved on with my life. I didn't really focus on it. I'm like, yeah, they didn't reject me. Yeah, they didn't turn me down. Nope. It's a glitch. It's something. It's just, there's no reality of that. It doesn't exist. Yep, doesn't exist. And I just forgot about it. I just fully forgot about it. That's the last note in my mind. I left off on that. I just thought to myself, okay, yeah, not real. It might sound completely crazy and completely insane. I actually didn't tell anyone either. I suggest when you guys practice these spiritual laws, you don't tell anyone, because people's energy will wait into your reality, and it'll create more of a reality in their own world, and then they'll think about it, and more will just go on. That's There's a law in physics with that. I can't keep track of all the different laws like that when it comes to making YouTube videos. If you would like me to do videos on specific laws, I'll have to go law by law in order on a different video. Not this one. This is not an official. Let's just call it law of assumption. But what's really cool is I just forgot about it. I didn't care. I stopped caring. That's one of the things. You release resistance, you're like, whatever, it doesn't matter anyway. And then they called me. They're like, hey, yep, you actually got the job. And I'm like, okay. At that point, I was just so not really... I didn't really care about it because I was applying to other jobs. And I'm like, you know what, I'll just show up to the interview. And it was just kind of like a joke for me at that point. I'm not going to say... I'm actually not going to say what it was. It was Publix. Okay, it was Publix. Why did I say that on here? Fine. Oh, God, I just said it. So, yeah, when I was in, I think it was middle school, high school, I don't know. They hire people when they're super, super, super young. And I got a position, and I got into the position, and they're like, yeah, you can't really work. You can't work at this because you're not eligible to get this position, etc. You're underage, you're like blah, 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 minor rules, whatever. And I'm like, no, not really. So I actually got switched within the job, inside the job, somehow, and I was doing a different job that I was not even eligible to be doing, just by rejecting reality again. I didn't really care. I didn't stay at the job for too long. I'm more so about, because I went to school, I tried a whole bunch of different things. I've tried jobs, and I've actually graduated from school, and starting my business actually help people start their businesses as well. Because as an entrepreneur, you'll always realize that you want to be making something. It's like you want to make something, and you want to help other people make things too. That might not be every entrepreneur, but it's fun to give people a shove and a push. It's like, hey, start that hair salon. And I've used certain people like, hey, on my YouTube videos, I'm like, hey, start your business now. Get that hair salon. Ooh, and I'll be calling people out. And it's not calling people out. It's out of love. It's just like, hey, I'm talking to you through the camera. Start that knitting business right now. But long story short, it's just, and back to law of denial, because, yeah, this is it's basically law of assumption. You can call this whatever you want. When you start having fun with this and when you start getting free with it is when it actually starts working for you. Because you're using law of attraction all the time anyway. Now, when it comes to this, just have fun with it. That's when it comes to manifestation being completely choked and killed off, is because you get so serious with your affirmations, you get so serious with different things when it comes to manifestation. And when you start having fun with it and you realize that this is just fun, this life is supposed to be fun, it's not so serious, oh, you gotta show up to work. No. And I'm laughing all the time to myself when I'm at home alone. When I'm meditating, when I'm working on crystals, etc. I'm just having fun. I'm just living my life. I'm doing everything that makes me happy, and I take things seriously, but not to the point where like, crystals, I have to study this crystal. No. It's fun. It's like, oh, cool, amethyst. How cool is this crystal? This crystal's of the mind, and it does 100 billion thousand different things. And even, I made a video as well. I'm going to teach you more ways. That's mainly the way you apply this law, but this law is more so to get you guys thinking, because my YouTube channel is to get you guys thinking. I'm not going to teach you 100% of everything in one video, and then you're like, okay, Stone Man taught this video last week, and I kind of remember it, but I didn't really use it because it was just information that I never really applied or never really saw in my life. No, my video topics and videos are to get you guys thinking. You guys need to have your minds rolling. You can't just accept knowledge because it's knowledge. You accept knowledge because it works for you. That's how it's supposed to go. It seems to have been lost over time, but in TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, so much misinformation out here. There's a lot of misinformation out here. When it comes to law of denial, I'm going to get back to another example on this. Here's another thing you can do, and this is something I use all the time. It's almost like a spiritual invisibility / dimension hopping. It's a combination of a few things, but let's just say you had an extremely embarrassing reaction, especially at work, and you'd be surprised on how many people message me, Stone Man, I've had some really kind of, like, I'm about to get fired at my job, my people at work saw me doing something, I accidentally got included in some kind of drama, and I'm like, pledge the law of denial, and deny its existence. Just be like, nope, yep, this didn't happen. Nope. Yeah, that's not a thing. Just like, and people are like, what do you mean? I'm like, yeah, just deny it. And when they start talking to me, like, is it gonna work? Is it working now? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. That's how it should be. Like, you should just fully kill that reality off. You just deny that reality. You can do this with zits and pimples and certain pains in your body as well. Just be like, eh. And I've had this before. I remember I had a pain in my knee and actually made it fully go away because I wasn't paying attention when I squatted. And you guys have to be careful because you can make the pain come back by even talking about it. So how this should go is you should just fully forget about it forever. That reality died. It's not there because you're not acknowledging it. And I'm not saying every pain just goes away because you didn't acknowledge it, but when it comes to certain things, your light, your energy, okay, your light to a situation is your energy towards a situation. So you're making energetic payments towards something you probably don't even want. So if you ever see someone who has like a small scratch, and like, oh, this scratch, and now the scratch starts to burn and it starts to itch, and it's like, it's burning, itching, oh, now it's infected, because they put so much heavy focus and emphasis. What about someone with new shoes, for example? They'll have new shoes, and then the shoes will just get dirty because they're focusing on it so much, and they're putting everyone else's focus on it so much, and etc. Same thing with a whole bunch of other examples. I'm not going to go through examples like that, but when it comes to the law of denial, just there's certain things and this pretty much can work for everything. Some things you actually have to confront and be like, okay, this is a problem, deal with it, and then you can use this in certain ways. But when it comes to this spiritual law, and the law of assumption as well, because it's pretty much the same thing, just deny certain things' existence. Like, for example, if you have an enemy, and this works wonders with enemies, especially if you don't even see the enemy, and this person's talking about you, this person's going behind your back, this person's saying horrible things about you, maybe this person, if that person's doing black magic on you, they probably want you to know that they're doing black magic. Oh, they're doing black magic on you. It's scary. No, it's actually not that scary. What's scary is what's going to happen to them when you use a crystal such as Mexican fire agate with black tourmaline. Number one, it doesn't even make it to you. Number two, the Mexican fire agate actually chews them up, spits them out so hard that they don't really realize what hit them. They think someone cursed them. They think you must have cursed them back because whatever is hitting them so hard. And they actually have everything taken away from them because if they even try it again, then let's just say when the negative energy goes back from the first time, it's enough to cancel them out. If they have enough life in them to do another black magic on you, it'll leave them not lifeless, just maimed. Like they'll just be like, usually something will happen when someone tries some kind of black magic on you and you have vicious amounts of defenses up. The first thing that will go is there's several different things. So stuff will happen in their car, family. Then if the person keeps doing black magic on you, and yeah, if you're someone who's just denying their existence, putting your protections up, there's no reason that this person's cursing you, or no reason that they're hexing you. They just want to be miserable. You denying them actually cuts off their existence and all the magic that's supposed to be going to you when you're putting up defenses such as black tourmaline and Mexican fire agate. And now they're stuck with their own energy. The energy that they have been trying to send you actually goes back and hits them. And that's been the case with me several times as well. I've people who were like, oh, this person was doing black magic with you. Now they're homeless. I'm like, okay. Well, what do you want me to do with this information? Like, they'll learn to become a better person. May God bless them in every way. Now, and usually at that point when someone keeps trying black magic over and over and over and over, usually they have, I don't like to scare people, but their eyesight will go. Yeah. And then they can't do black magic anymore. But if that person doesn't learn so many lessons like that, then that might be helping them. I don't mean to scare people, but if you're someone trying black magic on people who are just trying to help other people, or people who are, if you're doing it out of envy or jealousy, you have to face God. You have to face God, and your own guides are probably going to skedaddle. Those are going to scoot. Yeah. So even law of denial works when people are sending you black magic, because the first thing they want you to know is, oh, that person's doing brujeria with you. That person's doing some kind of... Who cares? Like, you dump something on the doorsteps? Okay, dump something on the doorsteps in front of your door and just walk over and then act like it doesn't exist. Do a counter. Okay. A lot of crystals counter black magic with ease and without effort. Yeah, especially when you cleanse and charge them with sunlight. Now, and like I said, my entire YouTube channel is advanced spirituality, and this is stuff that you won't be finding on anyone else's YouTube channel. I'm okay with that because I'm so into my spiritual studies to where I keep finding new things that help people so much that has not been really released because people haven't really looked into it, such as clear quartz being the most powerful crystal because it's able to do anything. and everything when you program it too, including very specific things, which I'll teach you about in the future again. But this law works with when you're at work, when you're at school, and sometimes this law will work with other things as well. So, for example, if you're taking a test at school, because I used to take tests at university, and I would use this law as well. I would flat out fail certain tests, such as organic chemistry, especially because I didn't really know what was going on. I would ask my professor for help. She's like, I don't really know either. I'm following the textbook. I'm like, what are you talking about? And, yeah, very fun. And it was more than one professor at that point. And some students actually knew more than the professors. I'm like, oh, great. I'm supposed to learn in this class. Great. And I'm like, going through the class, I'm like, I don't really care. I don't know how. It's just, I'm passing this class. I don't know how. I don't know. It doesn't matter how. I deny me not passing the class. I hit the denial button. And then I did everything in my part to do exactly against that and go against that reality of me failing the class. And somehow I passed with the curve. I remember I had a certain grade and I was a few points away from passing. And I'm like, no, I passed. Like, I fully passed. And I showed up to the office hours with the professor and they're like, yeah, there's some points on this test that you can get back on that. You know, and I'm like, oh, I did pass. Yes, I did pass. And I'm like, at that point, I'm like, okay, yes, I did pass. So you can call this whatever you want to call it. I call it the law of denial. It's law of assumption. But some of you get so caught up on the law of assumption. And I'm assuming it didn't work. It's been a day. It's been 12 hours. It's been almost 8 hours. And this law of assumption's not working. Actually, you're assuming that it's not working. So yeah, just deny it. Because when you deny it, you hit a button that's like, nope, that's not a reality. Like that's not it. Like I said, you can't use this for 100% of everything, because some things you do have to confront, but this will help a lot of people. So if you have any questions, ask them in the comments section. This works miracles. This works miraculously. This works fantastically. And like I said, if you have any questions, ask them in the comments section. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.